Um, the night that of the Vibe party in '97, you were hanging out with Biggie. Can you tell me about that night and you just hanging out with him and what the experience was like
Well,
for the day?
actually, like I said, even when like I said before, Pocket got out of jail and shit like that. Whenever Big would come into town, Big always hooked up with me. When we went to New York and we did the Murder Was the Case soundtrack little thing, I hooked up with Big and Puff and hooked Big up with weed when we got out there because one of my homegirls flew her weed down. So we was able to, sell weed out there. So we hung out, we did that. So whenever Big would be in town, Big would always hit me about the weed or whatever, whatever. But what actually happened that day was we were good friends with some of the San Diego Chargers at the time. And we had kind of hung out with them like the whole day and shit. One of my friends that was a San Diego Charger back then, he liked Tara Banks. He went to get hooked up with her. He was like, hook me up with Tara Banks, yes. So, he was looking for Tara Banks. So we went to the award show earlier. And then afterwards, we went to the Vibe party. So I rode with them in a limo. So I guess Jewel must have drove her own car because she said when she went to her car, but we all rode with them. The rest of us rode with them in a limo, which is not nothing different because Jewel always goes, leaves events. It's kind of like pulling teeth. They used to make Jewel go out and stuff like that. She's just not one of those people that were into the party scene. Jewel could go home with her man. You know what I mean? That was more so her. Or in the studio working. She was strictly like that type of shit. But anyway, we had came there and we was chilling, having some fun. The DJ was playing everybody music. I remember I had seen Stevie J there, which I had knew already. So me and him talked, seen Puff, we hugged, woo, bam, bam, bam. Seen Mace, talked. So I seen Big, so he was like, and I already knew what mean did I have some weed. So I went and I took him a blunt because Big ass, you couldn't really smoke with Big because Big would go smoke a blunt up on your ass and hand you back a roach like a motherfucker. Big knew how to hit up some weed. So I gave him his own blunt. It was him and Lil C's. They got their own blunt and shit. We went back over there smoking our shit and just chilled. Everybody had a good time. The DJ kind of fluctuated, played East Coast, West Coast music, was playing some of everybody's shit. It was a good time. And then on our way walking out, all we heard was pow, pow, pow. And we ran back. It was like a crowd. You know what I'm saying? When they heard pow, 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 everybody just ran back. And we ran back. And then when we got out there, I just seen the trucks speed off. So it was like really no sign of nothing. It was just we heard shooting and no cars was there by the time we hit the corner because obvious Big's entourage had took off, or was taking off anyway when the shit had happened or however it happened. Um, so we were basically coming out and then when we looked, we didn't see nothing. So it actually just seemed like somebody just drove by and was shooting in the air or something to that nature. Then that's when different people in the crowd start saying, I heard Big got shot, I heard Big got shot, I heard Big got shot, I heard Big got shot. I'm like, man, that's some bullshit. I know you fucking kidding me. Then they was like, nah, that's what they say. I don't know if it was Big, but it was a few people in a car, whatever, whatever. So my boy from San Diego Chargers was like, okay, well they having an after party somewhere at some mansion up in Hollywood Hills, and Mary J. Blige and some other people supposed to be there. So we ended up going to the party in Hollywood Hills. We chilled and everything, and just like Pac, the DJ got on the mic and he said, R.I.P. to Biggie, Big Papa, and played a Big song. And man, the whole party was in there crying. It was like the same, it was surreal because it was like the same thing had basically happened. Like, fuck. This is not fair that y'all just cheated us out, both of these dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? And I say somebody cheated us out because it wasn't them that did the shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? It was somebody else that did the shit.
Yeah.
There's always been different theories about what people think happened at the Biggie one. Did you ever have a belief or not so much?
Well, I didn't know what the fuck happened, really. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at that time, shit, we wasn't, Death Row wasn't doing too much of nothing. At the Pac had died, pretty much. Snoop had left, Dre was leaving. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of, so wasn't really too much happening Death Row. So I didn't even think too much of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I said, we wasn't even there with that crowd, but I knew that when the shit happened, I said, okay, this some bullshit. Not knowing if it was, I felt like my conspiracy theory was like, fuck, did one of these little fucking gang members think that they was doing something, like a get back or something behind the Pac shit, or, because LA niggas is weird on that kind of shit. See how these niggas is acting now, robbing everything that moves, you know what I'm saying? So I know how the gang cultures and the shit like that, because I grew up in Compton, and in Compton, every other street is a gang. Crip blood, Crip blood, Crip blood, Crip blood, like that type of shit in Compton. So I know the culture, so I thought maybe some shit like that, and then they had all these conspiracies, some policeman and all this shit, and the niggas that they was saying, I guess they might have came around Suge when I wasn't there, cause I remember them. Like I said, the only policeman I remember was Reg. Used to be a police. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that Reg was a police because I knew Reggie Daddy from when I was a little girl. Everybody knew Reggie Daddy. Reggie Daddy held down Compton for years. He was a fucking man. Everybody knew Big Reg. So, that's the only cops I knew. So when they were saying these other guys, it was like, fuck, who the fuck are these people? Where the fuck they came from? Because I didn't know none of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I really, I was totally lost. By then, me and Suge didn't talk all the time like that. Our relationship had went astray. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't talking to him like that. So I really had no idea. I didn't know what had really happened. You know what I'm saying? It was just real, just like when the shit happened with Pac. I didn't know really what had happened there. You know what I'm saying? I know what they saying was happening. You know what I'm saying? And it fitted right because why? Pac just had fucked them up in the at the casino. So yeah, them niggas might be the one. You know what I'm saying? Who else here is shooting at Pac and should? You know what I mean? So I don't know. You don't. You can sit around and with your own conspiracy theories, just like when you're watching a movie and shit, and you can try to predict how you think the ending is gonna go, and the writer do something totally different than what the fuck you thought that was gonna happen. That was one of those. I would have never dreamed that Pac and Big both would have ended up dead like that. That was just like what the fuck? It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And especially someone like me, because I'm a kid of both of my parents were murdered. You know what I'm saying? My father was murdered when I was 2 years old by a woman. My mom was later shot, robbed, and killed and murdered when I was 27 years old. Right after people talked to me about fucking Pac and Big. Nigga, while Pac and Big was dying, I'm burying my motherfucking mama from being murdered. So you know what I mean? I'm sorry, and I love Pac and I love Big, but I had a bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? My mother just had got murdered. So when people talk about those type of things, they don't realize, the little kids that come up under the comments, oh, she set motherfuckers up and I wouldn't trust her and all that so bullshit. Y'all get the fuck up out of here. You don't know my fucking story. I give a fuck. You think I'm gonna help set up Pac and Big and I got my own fucking mother that then got robbed somewhere out of fucking town? And they stole everything that she owned and they had to send her fucking dental records back. I didn't even get to bury her, see her body when she fucking died. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know what somebody go through. And then I found out that my mother died doing my comedy show that same motherfucking night that I sells out the comedy store on Sunset. is the night I found out that my mother got murdered. And you motherfuckers want to sit up under a comment think you gonna get to me about Pac and fucking Biggie. Psh, motherfuckers, you talk to a real G, kids. I'm a real motherfucking G. I've been through real shit. Y'all don't got feelings for these rappers that you never knew. And your conspiracy story over rappers you never knew. But imagine some shit happening to your mama. See, that's some real shit for your ass or your daddy or your friend, you know, people that you love like that. So until then, that's when you holler at me with a real one. And no, I'm not drunk. No, I'm not motherfucking taking some motherfucking pills. This voice that's deep, I've been having this motherfucker since I was 3 years old. Talk to my mama with this same motherfucking voice at 3. So for whatever the fuck y'all gonna say under the comments, fuck you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go there like that bomb first. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to, you know, uppercut them. Sometimes, you know, I be having to, I got to get the commenters before they even come. You know?
Yeah.